In the chaotic ballet of football, few moments command attention like the flashing of a red card. It is the ultimate punishment, a dramatic severing of a player's involvement, changing the complexion of a match in an instant. A team is reduced, a narrative is rewritten, and the player is cast out. But what if this moment of ultimate consequence occurred before the game had even truly begun? What if the whistle blew, the ball was kicked, and within a blink, a career's most infamous moment was already sealed? This is the story of that unimaginable scenario. At the heart of every football match stands the referee, an arbiter of justice, the keeper of the laws. Their decisions, often instantaneous, shape destiny. A yellow card offers a warning, a second chance. But a red card is final, definitive. It is a power wielded with immense responsibility, meant to uphold the spirit and safety of the game. For a referee to reach for that definitive scarlet square, the transgression must be clear, undeniable, and often severe. Yet, some moments transcend the severity, becoming legends for their sheer speed, rather than their brutality. Throughout football's storied history, countless red cards have been shown, each with its own tale of temper, mistimed tackles, or professional fouls. But the immediate dismissal, moments after the first whistle, is a rarity so profound it almost defies belief. These are the moments that shock spectators, bewilder pundits, and leave players in utter disbelief. Such incidents challenge our very understanding of how quickly a game can unravel, how swiftly a dream can turn into a nightmare. They remind us that within the beautiful game, chaos can erupt at any second, even the first. Our story takes us back to October 2000, not to the grand stages of the Premier League or the international arena, but to the grassroots of English football, a Sunday league match in Somerset. This was football in its purest, most unvarnished form, mud, passion, and local rivalry. The teams were Cross Farm Park Celtic and Taunton East Reach Wanderers. No roaring crowds of thousands, no television cameras capturing every angle, just the raw intensity of amateur sport. Yet, it was here, amidst the unassuming backdrop of local pitches, that a record would be set, forever altering the footnotes of football history. At the center of this extraordinary event was Lee Todd, a player for Cross Farm Park Celtic. Like thousands of others across the country, Todd played for the love of the game, for the camaraderie, for the ritual of Sunday morning football. He was an outfielder, presumably with the usual blend of skill and competitive spirit common in these leagues. There was nothing to suggest, on that crisp autumn morning, that he was about to become the unwitting protagonist in one of football's most bizarre and swift dismissals. His name, until that moment, was known only to local players and fans. Soon, it would be echoed globally. The referee blew his whistle, signaling the start of the match. The ball was kicked, the game was officially underway. For the players, it was a routine opening, a chance to shake off pre-match jitters and settle into the rhythm of play. But for Lee Todd, something stirred within him, a frustration, perhaps born of expectation or just a moment of ill-timing. The exact nature of his internal state remains speculative, but what followed was not. It was a reaction that would immediately, unequivocally, trigger the most decisive action a referee can take, just as the match began. As the whistle cut through the morning air, signaling the start of the game, Lee Todd didn't move to chase the ball. Instead, he muttered two words. Not to an opponent, not to a teammate, but, as fate would have it, directly within earshot of the referee. What were these fateful words? F*** me, that was loud. A seemingly innocuous, almost humorous expletive, commenting on the sheer volume of the referee's whistle. Yet, in that precise moment, under the gaze of an official ready to enforce the rules from the very first second, it became the spark that ignited an unprecedented chain of events. The referee's reaction was immediate, unwavering. There was no hesitation, no debate. The words, uttered barely after the ball was set in motion, were deemed offensive, a clear breach of disciplinary conduct. Before Lee Todd could even contemplate his remark, or the ball could travel more than a few yards, the referee's hand went into his pocket. Out came the red card, a vivid flash against the green of the pitch. It was an astonishing, almost brutal, display of authority, leaving everyone, including Todd himself, stunned. The game, just begun, had already witnessed its most dramatic moment. How quickly did it all unfold? Eyewitness accounts and subsequent reports confirmed the astonishing speed. From the referee's initial whistle to the display of the red card, only 2 seconds had elapsed. 2 seconds. The time it takes for a breath, for a blink, for a casual glance. In the annals of football, no other on-field red card has been issued with such breakneck swiftness after the start of play. It wasn't a pre-match incident in the tunnel, nor a fight before kickoff. This was an in-play dismissal, cementing Lee Todd's place in an infamous, solitary record. Lee Todd's reaction was, understandably, one of utter bewilderment. He couldn't believe what was happening. His words, he argued, were not directed at the referee as an insult, but merely a spontaneous, perhaps thoughtless, remark about the loud whistle. He even reportedly told the referee, "I thought you were taking the P***s, ref." It was that loud. It was an explanation born of shock and a genuine lack of malicious intent. But for the referee, the words themselves, regardless of intent, crossed a line he was bound to enforce, even in the opening seconds of a Sunday league game. Under the laws of the game, offensive, insulting or abusive language and or gestures are grounds for immediate dismissal. The crucial element is often the subjective interpretation of the referee. While Todd's words may have lacked direct malice, their nature was deemed unacceptable. This incident highlights the absolute authority of the referee and the strict interpretation of language on the pitch. It's a stark reminder that even seemingly minor verbal outbursts, if heard and deemed offensive by the official, can lead to the most severe consequences, no matter how early in the match. With Lee Todd dismissed just 2 seconds into the game, Cross Farm Park Celtic found themselves in an immediate, unenviable position. They were reduced to 10 men before they had even properly touched the ball. This isn't just a numerical disadvantage, it's a psychological blow. The team must instantly adapt, reconfigure their strategy, and fight against an uphill battle for the remaining 89 minutes and 58 seconds. The game, already challenging, had become a monumental test of resilience, all because of a single, ill-timed, and astonishingly swift verbal outburst from one of their own. Lee Todd's red card swiftly entered the annals of football oddities. It became, and remains, the fastest recorded dismissal from the start of a game for an on-field offense. This record stands distinct from red cards given before kickoff or in the tunnel. It is a testament to the unpredictable nature of the sport and the unwavering strictness with which rules can be applied. Todd's name, once obscure, is now forever linked to this unique moment, a bizarre footnote in the beautiful game's extensive history, forever remembered for a moment that barely happened. While Lee Todd holds the record for an in-play offense, other players have also found themselves dismissed with extraordinary speed. For instance, David Pratt of Chippenham Town received a red card 3 seconds into a match in 2009 for a dangerous tackle. And Keith Gillespie was famously dismissed for an elbow to an opponent just 12 seconds after coming on as a substitute. These incidents, while fast, differ from Todd's in their nature. They were acts of aggression or foul play, whereas Todd's was a verbal transgression, underscoring the unique context of his infamous 2-second exit. This incident also shines a light on the human element of officiating. While rules are absolute, their interpretation can vary. One referee might have overlooked Todd's comment, or simply issued a stern warning. But this particular official chose strict adherence, setting a precedent that day. It reminds us that referees are not machines, they are individuals under immense pressure, making split-second judgments. Their authority is paramount, and their decisions, for better or worse, become indelible parts of the game's narrative, shaping player careers and team fortunes with every card shown. Football, at its core, is a canvas of unpredictability. Goals from impossible angles, last-minute comebacks, and moments of sheer individual brilliance or calamitous error. Lee Todd's red card perfectly encapsulates this inherent unpredictability. Who could have foreseen that a Sunday league match would produce a record that resonates through global football history? It underscores that every game, from the biggest international final to the humblest amateur kickoff, holds the potential for something truly extraordinary, something completely unexpected. It's a constant reminder of why we love the beautiful game. 2 seconds. That's all it took for Lee Todd to write himself into football folklore. A moment of frustration, an unfortunate proximity to the referee, and a decision that reverberated far beyond the confines of that local pitch. His name will forever be synonymous with the fastest red card in football history, a stark, almost comedic, testament to the fine line between playful banter and punishable offense. It's a story that continues to baffle and amuse, a unique chapter in the vast, rich tapestry of football, reminding us that sometimes, the most memorable moments are those that barely begin.